Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Famer Bob Baird ruled Milwaukee's airwaves in the 60s and 70s. He spoke with countless musicians and celebrities over the years. Bob collected remarkable recordings of these encounters, which he's now sharing with the public. Here's Bob.
Outfielder Hank Aaron is one of the greatest baseball players of all time. In 1982, Hammerin Hank won 2/3 of the Triple Crown and matched his home run total with his uniform number, 44, for the first of 4 times in his career. Hank was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. And no baseball fan will ever forget the night of April 8th, 1974.
Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence. It is gone. It is over. At 10 minutes after 9 in Atlanta, Georgia, Hammerin Aaron has eclipsed the mark set by Babe Ruth.
Hello?
Hammerin Hank?
Yeah.
Bob Berry.
Yeah, Bob.
How are you this morning?
How are you?
Good. Great to talk to you again. You just played that 715th home run. What was your, we can still feel the excitement of that, having just listened to it again with the announcers going crazy and the fans going crazy. What was your feeling when that ball left? Did you know it was gone?
Well, I hope it hit it hard enough, I thought it was going out the ballpark.
How'd you feel inside? Were you a little nervous? Or?
No, I wasn't nervous. I just thought that, I had a job to do, and either I do it tonight or the next night or whenever the occasion arrives. I wanted to do it that night because of the fact that so many people were watching and it was nationally televised.
I know Kurt Simmons once said that throwing a fastball by Henry Aaron is like trying to sneak the sun past a rooster. And Claude Osteen said slapping a rattlesnake across the face with the back of your hand is safer than trying to fool Aaron. And Tug McGraw said you pitch to Aaron the same way as anybody else, except you don't let the ball go. Were most of the baseball players saying nice things about you throughout your career, Hank?
No, I can't remember any of them saying nice things. Of course, Kurt Simmons, the reason he said that because he never threw me a fastball. I knew he had it, and I kept waiting on him to throw it, But, you build up the kind of reputation, I guess, after playing 23 years. You kind of, players kind of respect you, what you have stood for in 23 years that you played ball, and I guess that's what happened to me.
I saw a quote at one time in an interview with Playboy magazine that said, "You've never lived a day in your life that in some way, some small way, somewhere, someone didn't remind me that I'm black." Is that still true today, Hank?
I think that's the case in just about every black person. In some small way, he is always reminded that he's black. I don't think it's, and especially in my case, when I was, of course, going for a record, I was reminded every day, because of the letters I received and all the excitement that I created.
How do you feel about Milwaukee? Was Milwaukee pretty good, or was it a rougher town on blacks than Atlanta, let's say?
Milwaukee was a great city. I enjoyed Milwaukee. I played in Milwaukee when I was very young, and when you're young, you really don't notice things as well as you do when you get a little older. Milwaukee, after I returned there, it was still the same. It was a great city, and I would say it's a very conservative city. But the people were very nice to me, and they were very nice to my family the 12 years that I stayed there.
Why do you think we don't see more black managers? Now, Frank Robinson, of course, was in there for a short while. Do you think maybe we will?
Well, I would hope so in some way. It's a thing that I don't know whether people are afraid or what, but I would like to see more black managers. I think that we deserve a chance, and I think one day we will have that chance. But it's just slow in coming.
I know you got a lot of bad mail you got from the fans. Fans gave you a rough time. There was a lot of profane hate mail and everything. How did you withstand that? Did it hurt you, or did you just kind of say, well, that's the game?
Well, it makes you feel bad because there's so many sick people in America, but I
yeah.
think, it was an interesting thing. People were saying that I wasn't worthy of Babe Ruth's record, and things like this. But you have to remember one thing, no matter what they said, runs are there, you know.
That's right.
The 755 home runs and versus the 714, and they can still talk about it. They can still say, well, he wasn't as good as Babe Ruth, and that's their privilege. That's what makes America so great, is that we are able to voice our opinion on every subject.
Well, you talked to Babe's wife. What did Mrs. Ruth have to say?
Well, I didn't talk to her that much. She was kind of more. She avoided me much more than I would have loved to. You know, I would have loved to talk to her a little bit more, but didn't get the opportunity to.
What do you think about the modern athletes today? They're demanding an awful lot of money.
Well, I guess that's their privilege. If somebody want to give it to them, that's more power to them. You know,
How are the owners going to keep up with it, though, Hank?
Well, I'm sure that they can find a way. You know, they're paying it, and the public is supporting it. So, you know, I really don't know how that's going to work out. You know, I just don't know how it's going to work. I don't know where they're getting the money from, but when players ask for $1 million, $2 million, somehow these owners come up with it.
You think Mr. Turner's going to let go of the big bucks?
Mr. Turner has been paying very big bucks. We have one of the highest payrolls in baseball, you know, for the amount of people we draw. We have 900,000 fans here. And I think our payroll was right up there with some of the other teams that finished much higher than we did.
Do you think if you had stayed in Milwaukee that maybe you wouldn't have broken that home run record? Did that have anything to do? Do you think leaving Milwaukee helped in any way?
I don't know. You know, I don't like to second guess. I'm like, I take the old stand like Satchel Paige. I don't ever look back, nor do I second guess. I just keep trying to look forward in progress.
Do you still try to keep in shape? Is there anything you do to stay in shape? Or
no, I don't do anything.
No recreation at all, huh?
No, I haven't been doing any recreation at all.
Hank, it was really great talking to you again, and thank you very much for taking time out of a busy day. And I hope you come back and visit Milwaukee from time to time.
Well, I certainly will, and that's one of my favorite cities. You know, I love Milwaukee, and I always feel like that's my home.
The pitch to Henry Aaron, a swing and a drive back into center field, going back towards the wall. It's back at that fence. And is it caught or not? It's a home run. The Braves are the champions of the National League. Henry Aaron just hit his 43rd home run of the year. Holy cow.
Bob Berry.
Thank you for listening to Bob Berry's Unearthed Interviews. Be sure to subscribe and rate our podcast on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find all the episodes at WisconsinBroadcastingMuseum.org. Check out Bob Berry's book, Rock and Roll Radio Milwaukee. Book sale proceeds support Angels Kids Fund and Donate Life Wisconsin. The preceding program was made possible by a generous contribution from Terry Barnes.